What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the World of Wraith YouTube channel. Wanted to do a quick deck profile on Cindra. I got top 8 last week at Webway's ProQuest. Nothing crazy, but I really do enjoy making deck profile videos, whether it's my own decks or someone else's decks. I think it's a lot cooler to do them in person too. Don't get me wrong, I love Fabry, I love Talishar, but playing in person with paper and then recording the videos in person, it just hits different. So let's start with the inventory. Nothing crazy. I'm really gonna just go quick with this. Daggers, Cindra. You got your standard loadout. You got Momentum, Dragon Path Scalers, Blood Splatter Vest, and Flick Knives. Don't want to say much about this. Everybody should know what this is. And of course, I was also running the Spell Void Dagger. I love this card so much. On Wrath turns, it's really cool that you can swing it twice. It doesn't have Go Again, but if you give Dragon Scalers, give it Go Again, on your Wrath turn, you can do some pretty good plays against mainly Verdance. Comes in against Verdance and Florian. Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. I actually ended up cutting this, but I did play it for the event. But I would cut this, guys. I think we should build the deck entirely off Mask of Momentum and trying to trigger that as much as possible. So this got cut, but it was on my list originally. Mark Token, shout out my boy, Optimus TCG. And the mini fealties, I just like having these, especially when I crack them. I just put them like sideways, and then I put the card over to like show it's Draconic. All right, let's start in the main deck. So I played 2 Oath of Loyalties. This eventually got cut. It's pretty good, but I realized that like when I drew this off a mask, or when I would draw this with like generic or ninja cards, it would be a little clunky. And like, yeah, it blocks 3, you can block 3 and play your rest of your hand out, but if you're playing like 3 card hands, it's not that good. A lot of the times I don't want to Arsenal with Cindra when you're playing against like Earth Heroes, Gravy Bones with Conqueror. So I try to avoid Arsenaling with Cindra for the most part, unless you're trying to set up a really big turn. This got cut. I'll show you what I replaced after, but I did play it when I made top 8. Now, for the actual cards that did not get cut, 3 Rising Resentments, one of the best starters ever. The discount effect is so good, so relevant. 3 Ronin Renegades, broken. 3 Ignites, broken. Like, all the starters are low-key just broken. Brand with Cinderclaw, broken. Brand with Cinderclaw, yellow, broken. I mean, I'm playing a little bit more 1 cost than I think most Cindra lists are running. So pitching this for a dagger starter and then paying for your 1 cost is pretty good. And also being able to play it to make something Draconic is really powerful. Playing a couple cards that if you give them Draconic, they can actually do a lot for you. Now the last resource card that's not yellow is 3 Throw Daggers. I think I pretty much played this into everything. Against the Earth Heroes, you want to be careful because a lot of the times they have like mental block, they have shelter, Florian has like the Earth Boots. So you want to be really careful when throwing your dagger with this because you might just lose a card. So sometimes it's okay to just use it as a blue resource to pitch. And especially against Gravy Bones, Rigor Mortis is kind of a menace. So being able to pitch for your kunais to just clear him out is so good. Next up, we got the best extender, Blaze Hedgehog, 044. There's not much I can say about this. It turns your Ravenous Ravels into not starters, but like this will be your starter, and Ravenous Ravel gives it Go Again. So it lets you kind of play around needing a Draconic Chain Link. You just need a red. Of course, we're playing 3 Display Loyalty, making fealties broken. 3 Hunter Heals, blocks 3. I think this is a staple for all Cindra decks. 2 Burning Blade Dance. So I actually put this up to 3. So I played 2, but this card overperformed. I mean, this is essentially a 0 for 4 in aggressive matchups because they don't want to block. Or if they do block you, it's actually just better. Like Dash IO blocks for 3 or Cindra blocks for 3. And if they don't block you, this is 0 for 4. And it's very important that this card can grant you a resource if it hits, thanks to your Blood Splatter Vest. So you can do some pretty interesting, cool plays with that. Like I said, this is at 3 right now, but was playing 2 originally. Art of Dragon Scale. Shout out Yuki Lee Bender. This was on her Patreon list. She was playing 3 of this. I was playing 2. And then the night before, I saw her list. She was on 3. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play 3. See how it feels. This card was insane. Like, I've blown up, like, Savage Sash. I've blown up Gold Baited Hook. Balance of Justice. Dead Threads. Like, this is so good. Early game, it's really good. Mid game, it's really good. Late game, it's not too good because usually the equipment has gotten its use. But seeing this early game, if you blow up with Flick Knives against Cindra or Assassin, it's a complete blowout. Yeah, this is just so good. If you're doing the Cindra play and you're making your chain link 3 and 4, the mask momentum on hits, they block that out. And then you put this as your chain link 5, something else that they have to respect. So it's so strong. On the same note, we have Breaking Point. It's just another on hit. You want to make it so that this is kind of like the 5th chain link, and you really want to spread out your on hits to make this even more devastating. And the best part about these is, like, if you don't have fealty or if they don't have an arsenal, these are just 1 for 5s, which is pretty good to push a mask if you need to do it like that. 2 Mark with Magma. I just played this because it has Phi in the artwork, and I love Phi. No, I'm kidding. This actually, I think it's really good. I think a lot more Cindra should be playing it. Only 2 because it is a 1 cost, but this blocks for 3, and this marks on hit. If it's a second Draconic Chain Link, it gets go again. It's just good. Like, I don't want to play 3 because I don't want to see it all the time, but playing 2 of this gives you a little bit extra block. Like, Cindra usually blocks really bad, but I actually have a good amount of 3 blocks in here. Blocking is a little more relevant now with Strongest Survive and the Brute matchup, or just in the late game. Like, you're either blocking 2 card 4, which is really bad, or 1 card 3, which is not what you want to be doing, but the 3 is so good. And I have a good amount of 4 attack in my deck, so I'm actually triggering a lot of breakpoints, so this is great. Don't think I'm cutting this, but I don't think I'll put it up to 3. 3, Demonstrate Devotion. Makes a fealty right away. It's better than Mark with Magma. It just blocks 2, but this is so good. Making fealty is so strong in this deck. Of course, for playing 3 Ancestral Empowerment, it's just a little trick Cindra does. I mean, it's hard for your opponent to play around this. If you see this, you're often getting a mass trigger. Of course, first tenet, strike first. Nothing crazy. Just helps you make breakpoints. Art of Dragon Blood. This deck makes a lot of fealty, and I run a good amount of 1 cost. This is like an MVP. When you just start with this and like you have a couple of your 1 costs, you're gonna do some crazy turns. And even just being a 4 go again with a fealty, if you don't have any 1 cost, it's okay, because just 4 go again blocks 3, super strong. Ravenous Rabble. This card's broken. I mean, we're playing like 54 reds. I think I've hit a yellow on this once. It's just so good. It's just a break point. All right, Cut Through. I mentioned that I took out Oath of Loyalty. The 1 Burning Blade Dance and the 1 Cut Through is what I changed. I think this conflicts with Oath of Loyalty, so I was playing 2 in the tournament. But once I cut it, I put this up to 3. This is just great. It's kind of hard to like lose your go again if you don't flick, like if I have a shelter or something, but you can always flick yourself. It doesn't come up too much, but sometimes it could be like, it could end your turn if you have the shelter, so sometimes you might just have to flick yourself. It's just great. 0 for 4. Then of course, we got 2 Snatch. I've been playing around with 3 3 was good, but sometimes seeing 2 of them in one hand can be really tough. But if you make this Draconic, being able to give it go again with your boots can be pretty strong. And yeah, I mean, Snatch, so good. 1 Lava Burst. I know a lot of people like 3, but sometimes I just think I want to have the enders that are 1 for 5s. And yeah, this was kind of clogging my hand a lot, but I think 1 is great. And of course, Wrath of Retribution. I don't think I've lost a game that I draw this. This card's just insane. I mean, can't say too much about it. It's just broken. Onto the inventory. So I was, like I was saying, originally playing this along with the Lynx package for like matchups where I didn't think Mask of Momentum would trigger, but I never brought this into the tournament. I did side a tie a couple times by itself, but you don't need this. I'm honestly not even playing it anymore. And Tenacity and Blood Runs Deep were kind of just targets for Lynx, but like I said, they never came up, so this is completely cut. Still playing 1 Tenacity, but it's because the deck has 1 flex slot, so I think Tenacity is just okay to throw into the slower matchups. What I cut for them are actually 3 Rake Over the Coals. This kind of just helps you push the Mask of Momentum game plan. You do have to try to set it up with like a 4-card hand, whether this is your arsenal or you have something else in your arsenal. But this lets you just push through so much damage. So this was not on my list on top 8, but it's definitely in the list now. It might be worth just playing 2. I'm testing out 3 right now just to see how much I like it. So far it's been pretty good. 3 Shelters. I think this card is okay if you don't have it. Just play Sink Below. But it does have some relevant effects when like they're throwing daggers at you, or maybe like Rune Chance. So it just has a slight edge over Sink Below. But most of the times it's just a D-React that blocks 4. But if you don't have Shelters, just play Sink. That's completely okay. 3 Oath, or Loyalty Beyond the Grave, I should say. This card's great. To Assassin matchup, into slower matchups when you really need to set like a big card, a big 6-card hand. Or sometimes when you're like playing against Assassins and you're blocking a lot more than you would want to, just having this in the grave to give you an extra card. Also being a D-React lets you play around their attack reactions. It's great. I mean, yeah, I don't think I could ever cut this. And last, we got 3 Warmongers. I think this is good into so many decks in the meta. You hit like Dash.io, Gravy Bones, Marionette, Kasai. And honestly, Dash.io and Kasai are kind of tough matchups for Cindra, in my opinion. So having this in is great. Yeah, I mean, it's also a blue pitch, so if you want to just go crazy, you can just pitch it. If you see this turn 1, you're just so mega lit because you're just slowing them down so much. I think all Cindra should be playing this. I think it helps a Dash.io matchup a lot too, because often they can kind of block you out, maybe with like 1 or 2 turns with their armor. But once their armor is gone, it's not that easy for them to block you out. So they're forced to give you Mask of Momentum draws. And drawing this to end your turn can be devastating. Kasai is such a strong matchup. Well, not a strong matchup, but with this, along with Art of the Dragon Scale, it helps a lot, especially here in New England. We have a good amount of Kasai players, so I wanted to be ready for the deck. These 2 just help the matchup so much. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll leave the description. Check out the deck list in the description down below. It's going to be the updated list, not what I played on Saturday. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Peace.